So, I've been away for months. For 4 months of hiatus, I've been busy, with every waking seconds of my days being hectic.
Now Mr. Lover, she call me Mr. Bombastic.
Seriously speaking, I have no idea for content. I tried to follow other YouTube video recipe, but the blockage won't budge. Then I reflect on myself. I say, hey, I draw sometimes, though horribly. Why not draw quote unquote in Minecraft? So that idea kickstarted our current timeline. We are going to build Chris Bumstead in a 100 block high scale. The idea of sculpting is already hard enough since it requires esoteric knowledge from 2D art and translate it into 3D. Every nooks and crannies, every shadings needs your attention. On top of that, I have never sculpted in Minecraft. And on top of that, I have never sculpted in my entire life. This is one of my biggest challenges yet. So this is our first step, drawing Sebum to better visualize his Olympia level physique. I don't know why I picked this pose. When I tried to build him in Minecraft, I just stopped after testing the water. I gave up and just do a standard statue pose that you see everywhere. So far, you can guess I'm thinking of scrapping this video idea and move on since it's way too hard for my own level. But I keep pushing.
Hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
We have to trust the process here. So far, the statue looks skinny. He needs a little buff up. Up to this point, you might think, oh, it's quite easy. We only got through 30 seconds of the video and we already got to the whole face. Trust me, people, you don't want to go through what I have gone through. Look at this, the head only cost me almost 4 hours. Mainly the facial features are relatively small in this building resolution, oddly enough. A lot of full block placements wouldn't feel right, so I had to use stairs and half blocks for many places like the lips and eyelids. Luckily, we have already passed this stage. Anyway, let's move on to the torso. We will start with the traps and chest. First things first, lift up the head. If you have a step back, you can envision how great the torso would be. We will start with the rib cage to make it easy for the muscle anatomy. Kinda looks goofy though. This shall be the frame for the chest. Once we are satisfied with the shape, we should move on to filling it up. After some trials, I settled with the shape. It looks kinda rough right now, but I will go back to polishing smaller details. What we need currently is the general shape of every muscle part on the torso. Next thing is the shoulder. The ratio of chest to shoulder would be 3:1. The tricky thing about proportion is that you cannot make one thing too small or too big compared to the overall picture. Art is recreation of real-life sceneries and objects. If we mess up the proportion, it won't look normal. Which, in terms of art, we have messed up. You're a failure. You spent all these years practicing and trying to perfect your craft, but you fail at the simplest fundamentals. Honestly speaking, drop all what you're doing and kill yourself. Anyway, I'm happy with the shape of the shoulder. Let's move on to the arms. Another proportion trickiness. Not too big, not too small. Just like this. After some times, I feel like the shoulder needs some fixing. Specifically speaking, the front delts. If you look at the human anatomy, the front delts connects to the collarbone and overlapping the chest. This is the before, and this is the after I fix it. Though I haven't created the triangle depth as seen in the video, I kept working on different muscle parts. This is my first time on sculpting in Minecraft after all. My plans was all over the place, you see. You will see me coming back and fixing random parts because I did not know what else to do most of the time. But this is the bicep shape that we settled with. Kinda looks like a taco though. Next up is the brachialis. From what I observed, the part goes straight down but widens out towards the end of the biceps. So that is what I did. Next thing is to fill the frame. Last thing on the arm is the triceps. Fun fact, if you want to build bigger arms, work out on your triceps since it holds 2/3 of the overall arms. Doesn't mean you should ignore other muscles though. Work out on your biceps for the bicep peak obviously. Work out on your brachialis to push out the bicep peak, therefore a thicker arm. Anyway, this is the tricep. Last muscle group is the back. One of the most complex muscle group on the body. Thus, another challenge presented. But my ego as an amateur artist won't let this budge me. I developed the traps and rhomboid first. Then, the lat, which is the big muscles that makes a Christmas tree upper body. In the meantime, I created the rough shape for the eye thingy near the rear delt and the lower back muscle. Then add details on all the back. After this, I realized the triceps is overshadowed by the back, so I went and make it a little bit bigger. Now, the triceps looks on par. Last thing, but not the least, the most satisfying task of this project is copy pasting. Now look at this. Look how masculine this monster of a back is. Literally demon back. Okay, we spent a lot of time in creative mode already. It's now to integrate this bad boy statue to our survival world. To do this, we need a mod called Litematica. Basically, people use this mod to transport the build from one world to another. Typically, they build their houses in creative and move it to their survival. I'm different though. Instead of houses, I transport a whole mountain of a man. Now, here comes the hard part. Where will we place him? I have 3 options on my mind. The first one is behind the shrine. The statue will have some sort of symbolism to it because when we walk up to the shrine and pray, looking up will be Mr. Chris Bumstead himself, 4 times Mr. Olympia, blessing our souls them sweet gains and one day bench 225, squat 500, deadlifting 600 and all that. Or the second option and the third, they're basically the same, but the third one doesn't have any mountain blocking the view, so I guess I'm going with the third placement option. Because the first one might seem good and all, but it might potentially damage my house. My house is up the mountain behind the shrine. I am the god in that world. Now, here comes the hard part. We have to get this much stone blocks. Mining with our hands won't cut it since according to my calculation, it would take a long time. So we have to build automatic stone farms. I searched up on YouTube for the build and settled with this one right here. It says to yield 75k cobblestones an hour. So let's hop back on our survival. Now that the farm has been set up, let's test this bad boy out. Wait, it doesn't work. How? Wait, I followed every step and got everything down exactly how the video shows. Oh, does that affect the build? Anyway, I rebuilt it and now it works. I guess this is the perfect time for me to go into hibernation. See you guys later.
1 hour later.
Okay, only an hour has passed, but I think we have enough material. Okay, let's see. Wait. Okay, let's see how much cobblestone we got. I believe that's enough for our build, though the blueprint says we need 188,000 stone blocks to finish the build. We only need maybe half of that, since we only covered the outside layer and have no use for the inner meaty part. The material is expected to be less considering how thick this layer is. We've been waiting for this very moment for a long time. The revelation. I had a blast building this statue. Only in creative though. It's a pain in the ass to manually place every single block down in my survival. The total cost of cobblestones is 6.5 double chance, so it's roughly 11,232 blocks. Took me a whole day sitting on my desk cranking my back out trying to finish the build. It's astonishing how I spent more time building in creative, but enjoy every second of my work, but agonize with every waking moment doing the same thing 11,000 times over and over again. Thankfully, it's now done. And I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you do, can you do me a favor real quick? Like this video to boost the algorithm. I'm trying to build my YouTube channel right here. And thank you, Kurt. Have a good day.